I do not see him. I might have to refresh.
I've not got Paris.
Oh dear. Well, I've done it now. We've started. Let's hope we get Paris back.
Started.
Hey.
It's loading.
It's loading Liam now, I think. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I still don't see him
Hey.
now. I see him now.
Brilliant.
Well, have you ready, Lee?
Yeah,
Yeah,
go
we
for it.
are.
We've already started.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So hi, and welcome to Norvald, which is a homebrew Pathfinder campaign, which is set in a Nordic land of ice and snow. Pathfinder is a fantasy role-playing game that utilises the collective imagination of its players. Our players are Lee, who is playing the half-elf Giles the cleric, who is pledged to the god Nex, who is an evil god of destruction, chaos, and undeath. Dave is playing Angelus, the human rogue, and Ad is playing Ulf, the half-elf ranger. We also have joining us Liam, who is playing the half-orc Harold. Our adventurers are escorting the chieftain's fed to vote for the next Jarl at the Great Moot. Already, they've faced lots and lots of different obstacles. Last session, we encountered lots and lots of skeletons, and we are just finishing them off right now. I'm your Dungeon Master, Paris. Let's play. So, we were halfway through combat last time. We had just finished a round of combat. We have the skeleton, Santa. What I'm going to do, Lee, is I'm going to quickly mark your skeleton that's on your side quickly with a sort of a token mark. So I'm going to mark him with...
Skull.
I'm going to mark him yellow to match your character.
Okay.
So do you see the yellow dot next to it?
Yeah, I see it.
So that is your friend.
Ooh.
Let's start the round again. So we start with David.
Oh, hello. Okay, so I've
Your
just
turn next.
bossed through this door, haven't I? Or what was left of a wall.
Yeah, so sorry, that was what's left of the wall. The breaches in the wall I've put in red in the building. So you've had the red breach over the fireplace, you've had the breach of the wall there that's basically just collapsed, and then you've had the door breach as well.
Cool
So,
beans.
yes.
Okay then. Well. Okay. Well, I guess I'll move here, and I want to attack this skeleton here.
Excellent. What weapon are you using?
Oh shit! Yeah, this didn't work last time, did it? I'm using the back of my axe.
Of course you are. Yeah.
Yeah, that terribly penalised what's the version of it. But yeah.
So roll to hit, and then we'll deal some damage. So roll your d20 plus your attack bonus.
I got 17 plus my attack bonus. Sorry, as oh god, there's some major
Who's getting his some feedback?
might be leggies. Don't matter, it'll be all right.
I think it's more.
Well, my melee total.
Yep. Can we not hear you anymore, Dave?
No, you're all right. Sorry, I'm just coming. Just give me 2 secs.
Okay.
Hang on. Right, I'm gonna.
Dad, I'm playing a game. Hello.
I'll be back. Okay, tell you what. I'll
1 minute, guys. 1 minute.
I'll abstain from my go. I'll back into the tavern.
What you can do is ready an action, which means if it comes into melee range, you can make an attack of it on it. So we'll hold you there, and you can ready your action.
Okay, we're ready. Action then.
Okay, excellent, wonderful.
Back in a sec.
All right.
So readied action is a prepared action that happens when there's an expected outcome. So, for example, if that skeleton now proceeded to get into melee range of Dave and attack him, then Dave would make his first, his readied attack. So yeah, that's just how you would ready attack. Who's next on the list? We've got Lee next on the list.
Okay.
Your turn.
I'm going to command. Is Santa still in the corner?
He's on the bar trying
So
to.
yeah,
Oh, it's there. Oh, I see him. Okay, I'm going to command my skeleton to attack the skeleton, our little Santa skeleton just here.
excellent. So you commanding him is just literally you talking to him. So talking is a free action. So what do you want to do with the rest of your turn, Lee? Because you can move, you can heal, you can attack, you can do a spell, whatever you want to do.
Excellent. I didn't realise that. What's your HP like, Ad?
I'm on 7.
So what's your max?
15.
Right, I'd like to heal Ad.
Oh, he's a good one, isn't he?
Excellent. So that's what, the third of your spells?
It is, yes.
First level spells. So the spell that your healing spell is a touch attack, Lee. So you're gonna have to get next to him to touch him. And then it's 1d8 plus your level. And you're level 2, so it's 1d8 plus 2, Lee, to heal him.
Plus 2. Lovely. Just got to find my dice. Oh, that's a
4.
bad one.
It's better than nothing. Puts me back up to 11.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Excellent. Ad, it's your go next.
Right.
You have a club from the bar.
Yeah, that
forgot last time.
Club, haven't I?
Yeah.
So yes, Lee's controlling the one that's above me, isn't he?
Yeah.
So I will try and hit Santa Claus in the mosh again.
Okay. Now, Santa Claus, I believe, had taken some damage. Let's have a look. Yes, I believe you'd slapped Santa in the face last time.
Yes.
Excellent.
What was it again? Oh, I can't remember.
So it's D20 plus what you'd normally add to a weapon to attack him.
So plus 2 then. So
Yeah.
18.
18. Excellent. 18's a hit, definitely. Yeah. So your damage with this is 1d6, so it's slightly better than your dagger. And there's no pluses to it.
No plus, yeah.
No, because you don't add anything to it anyway.
So 3.
3. So that's 3 damage to Santa. So Santa takes 3 damage. And you sort of bash the front of his skull in, and it just sort of crumbles away. The rest of him, though, is moving very wildly. He's got this giant scimitar, and he's just sort of swinging it and swinging it. So it's Santa's go next. And Santa's going to attempt to hit you with this scimitar.
Oh, boy. Please miss.
It's a miss.
Yes.
Only roll 5.
Nice.
So that is indeed a miss. You just kind of feel it swing by your face as you either dodge back or to be fair, he doesn't get anywhere near you. Who's next? Liam, it's your turn next. What would you like to do?
Right. Okay. Ooh, let's have a look. Ooh. What's my movement range?
30, but you can double dash for 60.
Okay. So, I mean, these kind of got Santa covered here. So I think I'll come and try and finish off this guy on the outside.
Yeah.
Just in front of Dave. So if I roll up next to this guy.
Yep.
And I'll just take a regular attack with me great axe.
Excellent. So that's
It's
D20
1d12
to attack.
D20, so there's that one.
And for you, you've got quite a high attack bonus, haven't you? You've got +6 on your great axe.
Yeah.
So that's 21, which is certainly a hit. So roll for damage. So your damage on your great axe is 1d12 +6.
1d12. Rolling. There we go. 11 plus 6, 17.
Oh, sorry, I've just seen you roll. Yep, 11 plus 6, 17. Yep, that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically your initial strike just kind of glances off him, but as you power through, you cut this thing in half and it just immediately just dies. So we'll take him out of combat.
Good one,
Hey.
Liam. Nice.
Taking
He-
care of.
He
Nicely.
crumbles to dust and flakes off in pieces. So he disappears, and
Happy
same
with
to
that?
that one as well.
Yeah. Nice.
Nice one.
Happy days.
That one doesn't go because it's dead. Can I get a Oh, thank you. Can I get a perception from you, Ad?
Yeah.
I don't like when he does perceptions.
11.
Actually, can I get one from you as well, Lee?
Oh no. Now you're asking. What's my perception? Back to the top. $20.
Oh, nice one.
Oh.
So, Ad, you see a bit of soot tumbling down the chimney. Lee, you hear a rattle, rattle, rattle. And you, Lee, you clearly see that there's a skeleton leg in there trying to worm its way down.
Is there any wood in there? Can we get the fire going?
It's a good point, Ad. Yeah, there was a half-burnt fire in there that just went out as the fog came in. The fog has been lifted since that zombie died. So the fire, there's embers in the fire, but it's still out. But there is wood in there, definitely, and combustible material.
Okay. Whose go is it?
It's Dave. It's your go.
Hi. I'm guessing Leggy took care of that skeleton for me.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
We kind of wanted to go light a fire.
You want me to go light a fire? What's this dude here? Who's this guy?
That's Santa.
That's Santa. It's Santa. Oh, just chilling, just like.
Well, he's currently trying to smash my face off. But on the naughty
It's not
list.
like he's doing a coyote ugly.
Yeah, dancing on the table.
Well, I'm gonna head. Oh, where am I gonna go? So this guy's he's just like scrambling down the chimney, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's another guy who's scrambling down by the chimney, but only Ad and Lee know that at the moment.
Oh, unless those guys shout at me and say, "There's another one coming down."
You have no idea.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes. So be forewarned. What's your case? Angelus, there's something coming down the chimney. Get to it now.
All right, yeah. All right then. I'll just casually. How far can I walk?
Don't need to walk. Want to
full
peg
movement
it.
60 to peg it.
60 to peg it.
Yeah.
Okay, I will sprint past Santa.
Cool.
Flip over him.
And I will land there.
So as you sprint past Santa, it triggers something called an attack of opportunity.
Oh, Christ.
So when you
Dude,
rush
that was
past
fun.
an armed character, they get a swipe at you if you do something like move past someone who's defending their area. So let's roll for Santa's hit. So what's your AC again, Dave?
We would have learned that by now.
You've had a few against you now.
My AC is 15.
Okay, excellent. Well, this passes. So that's a hit.
Oh, where's everyone gone? Hang on. Technical issues here, guys. quickly load this back up. Come on, all be there. Ready, stand back. Hello. Did everyone just cut off?
What happened then?
I just like waiting for Paris to tell us something. It just went, and it's just me.
What happened there?
Everyone just, I presume it was roll 20 side. Everything just disappeared.
I can't see Liam yet.
Yeah, let's wait for him to come back because I was dying to. I was about to say.
I don't know. All I got was like this.
That's a hit.
That's the hit. It's like poof, everything just went off. What?
Do.
Don't mess with Santa. That's it.
He's like, they're fucking mad, you know? I like he's loading in. Come on.
Come on, Liam, you can do it.
Yay. Here we go.
Hey.
What I was going to say is take 3 damage, please, Dave.
Bloody thing.
What does that put you on?
That puts me down to 5 HP.
Ooh.
Nice.
I've got 1 spell left.
Dave might need it.
Apart from me.
I wouldn't waste it on Dave.
Yeah, bleeding touch, Giles. He's on the last bit. You might as well finish.
Might as well make a sacrifice to Nex, eh?
Yeah,
Get any
why
good
not?
favours. Dave, so you've taken your attack of opportunity. What would you like to do with the rest of your go?
I would like to start a fire in the chimney.
Excellent. So let's have a quick look at the rules on lighting a fire. So what do you have? Do you have a tinderbox? Do you have a flint and steel?
I think it's
I
got
probably have none of them.
Your inventory? I'm sure you had.
I think everyone's got a flint and steel, haven't they? Yeah, we've got flint and steel.
Let's have a look how long it takes.
I don't have flint and steel.
And your equipment, you haven't, no?
I've got a dagger,
Okay.
cold outfit, padded armor, bedroll, rations, torch, backpacks, thieves' tools, arrows.
No, you
and
must have. Are you looking in your cleric's kit? Oh, sorry, not cleric's kit, but your kit.
Sticking in the equip-
He doesn't have a kit bag.
Oh my god.
Dope.
So basically, what's happening? I've sprinted across here, been twatted by Santa, and turned up at chimney like, eh.
Yeah.
Can I can't on his round throw him the fire whiskey and the flint and steel, can I mine? I can't do that yet, can I?
You could on your go.
Yeah, I've got to wait till my go.
But you can't yet. Yeah, I'm afraid you have to wait for your go. Sorry about that, Dave.
Okay, I'm just
Check your inventory next time.
Is that 3 hit points
That's
worth it?
all I've got to say. Yeah. Next go, Lee, your turn.
Okay, sorry, Dave. I hope you don't die. I'm going to summon a monster. If that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Nice.
where are you going to summon this monster from, dude? I don't-
I'm
Wait,
summon-
say sorry, Dave.
It's summon monster 1, so basically it's one summoned creature effect. The spell summons an extra what? An extra planner, is that?
An
Paris?
extra plania, yeah.
Plania.
So from a
okay.
different plane.
Basically it's some dodgy creature. And that's going to pop up from, I don't know, it's probably going to come down the chimney or out the ground, one or the other. But either way, it's coming.
So the rules are it can really it will appear anywhere near you. So you open a portal to another plane. And step through it, you have your choice of things that you can summon. So at your level, you could summon a dire rat, which is just a super big, super grumpy rat. You could summon a dog. You could summon a dolphin, though it wouldn't be much use in a bar. An eagle is an option.
Please
you could summon
Tolkien,
a
please.
snake, a viper, or you could summon something like a small pony.
Do you know what? Just for Dave, I'm going to summon a viper.
Nice.
Oh, no. Get it away from me.
So you summon, and a portal begins to open next to you. And at the end of the round, the viper will appear. So you sort of see wiggling through it is a little viper. Now the viper will at the end of the round will have its turn. But it'll take its action on the end of next round because it takes a turn to summon the viper, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So at the end of this round, the viper will appear. At the end of the next round, it'll go. And then because you're level 2, it'll last another round and then have another go. Does that make sense?
Yeah, excellent.
Excellent. So whose go is it next? Oh, by the way, I forgot to move your minionly. I don't know what we're going to call him, but he's moved next to Santa to attack him on the next at the end of this round.
Fantastic. Go on, Dave.
Whose go is it next? It's you.
If I chuck this flint and steel to Dave, do I still get an attack, or is that just the only action?
You wouldn't get an attack, I'm afraid, because what you'd be doing is you'd be doing a full action of getting your gear and throwing it. And in fact, that might even potentially trigger an attack of opportunity because you're in combat range. Because what you'd be doing is lowering your guard to throw something at him.
Yeah. Oh.
The only thing I'd say is I'm trying to see if you could get like an acrobatics check or something to try and negate that. Let's have a quick look at it.
Can I not just like take a nice little stroll down here? Like, you know.
By stepping by him, he'd
get the either
trigger
way
an attack of opportunity.
Either way, I'm screwed. Yeah.
That's the only issue.
What does escape artist do? Would that just be escaping from something, not getting out of a situation?
I always thought escape artist was like escaping from ropes and things like that.
Yeah. I assume that's what it was. Like.
Yeah. Oh, it's escaping from it's slip bonds and escape from grapples.
Oh, okay. So yeah, useless then. Yeah.
I would say it would be something like a sleight of hand check, possibly.
Yeah, which I don't have that though. Well, I'll take a chance then, and I will throw my flint and steel to Dave.
Okay, excellent. We'll trigger the attack of opportunity, which is a miss.
Oh, sweet.
Your flint and steel. Do you throw anything else over to him?
I'll throw him the bottle of fire whiskey to get it going as well. If it
Okay,
helps
so
speed the process up.
So the bottle of fire whiskey and the flint and steel go over to Dave for his round, or his next round. So next person to go is Santa then.
There's 2 shots in there, Dave, by the way.
There are 2 shots left, yeah. So Santa's going to attack Ad.
Bastard.
And critically fails. Oh, what could we say goes wrong to Santa?
Smash himself in the jaw.
Oh, it is.
Santa's going to fall off the bar and take a step back.
Nice. So
he falls off the bar.
Oh god, he turns up to me.
Sved's turn. He skipped his last one, kind of figuring out what's going on because he still was a bit confused about Lee and Dave and that paradigm. And what he's going to do is he's going to move over here and he's going to throw a throwing axe at Santa behind the bar.
Nice.
So that's what Sved's going to do.
Get him missing at me. I'm not holding out much for this round, guys.
So that's 5. That's a hit.
Oh, nice.
Didn't say what he hit.
He hit Santa. He definitely hit Santa. He uses a throwing axe, though, and you notice it kind of gets tangled and rattled in his bones like other slashing weapons. It doesn't seem that effective, but you notice like a single bone throw off as Santa takes 1 damage. He dealt more, but Santa only takes 1 damage. Liam, your turn.
Right. Okay. So. Okay. I suppose we should get into the action here. So, not really got a lot of range. So,
You have some throwing
we
axes.
move up. Yeah. If I move up to join this fight, I'll go on this side. If I move up to here, that's within range, I think.
I haven't seen you move.
And I shall use a
moved
throwing
on mine.
axe.
Okay. So when you
Ah,
change
yeah.
a weapon, there's two things you can do.
Okay.
One is you can use a full round action to put your other weapon neatly away and draw your other one. Or what you can do is you can literally chuck a weapon to the ground to pick up your other one. So you would be able to get your throwing axe this round and essentially use it. But what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to ditch your great axe to pick up at a later
Right.
date.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll just swap them. We'll just swap them over. We'll use the turn to swap weapons.
Okay, cool. So you put yours away and then you draw your throwing axe ready to go. Excellent.
Yeah.
So who's next? We've got who I affectionately name Mrs. Santa Claus coming down the chimney. So Mrs. Santa Claus is currently tangled. I call her that because she's dressed in a Viking warrior maiden's outfit. She's the skeleton of one of those. Mrs. Santa Claus frees herself and begins to waggle away down the chimney, hitting the bottom of it with a in the large fireplace. And she's just sort of eyes are looking at you, Dave, burning sort of lights for eyes, click clackety on this. And that's the end of their turn because they've just freed themselves. It is what we're calling your minion, Lee.
Well, I know this might get a bit confusing, which is why I always refer to him as Angelus, but I'm going to call my skeleton Dave.
Nice. That is going to get pretty confusing, but we'll cope with it. So Dave is going to take an attack against Santa. And he's going to swipe, and his attack isn't going to do anything. It's going to clink clank off. Whose go is it next? It is Dave. It's your go. You've got a bottle of fire whiskey in your hand. You've got a flint and steel.
Cool. And I've got a zombie sat in a fireplace in front of me.
One shot.
Set its head on fire, Dave. Flaming skull.
Ghost Rider style.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, I'll try and light the fire. To try and set it on fire.
Describe to me what you do.
Okay. So, I mean, this liquor cost us a pretty penny. So I will equally measure out one shot.
So you're going to spend a round doing some mixology.
Hold on a second. Wait.
So each round, Dave, is 6 seconds. So all of this action is happening in 6 seconds. So do you think you'd be able to pour a drink within the space of 6 seconds?
Maybe.
I would say that's something like I would say you pouring a drink is a full round action that triggers an attack opportunity.
Yeah, seen his measures.
I think splashing the thing with it, or smashing the bottle, or trying something else might be a bit more, effective. Shall we
Take a
say?
swig and spray it on him, Dave.
Because I'll end up spewing and shitting myself for the rest of the round.
Oh yeah. Do it.
I just puke on the zombie.
Everybody had that effect.
Well, okay, in space of 6 seconds, I'll have the flint in one hand, and I will get the bottle, and I will pull the cork, and I will flick, splash the zombie with the fire water.
Excellent. Can you roll to hit for me?
Oh no!
What we're gonna say is D20 minus 4.
D20 minus 4.
Yeah.
I rolled 5.
Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I have a plan for this.
You haven't doused yourself.
So, what's happened is... Well, can you give me a reflex save, please, Dave?
Oh god, okay.
So reflex save is D20 plus your reflex score. So your reflex lives underneath your ability scores, and you've got fortitude, reflex, and will.
Reflex is +6. Okay, so I rolled 16.
16, wonderful. So you just take half damage from what's going to happen. So as you flick the fire whiskey forward, the bottle empties itself pretty much, and it hits the embers underneath the fire of the skeleton. The entire thing goes whoosh and puffs out, causing significant damage.
I'm just blown to the other side of the cabin.
So, do you want to take 3 fire damage for me, Dave?
Oh Christ! No, I don't. I don't want to do that.
And Mrs. Claus combusts.
Oh, good.
Yay! This got their roundabout.
Yeah.
So that is the end of your
Very
fire
close.
whiskey, but it is now dead, Mrs. Santa Claus.
Wow.
Excellent.
Okay.
So that's your go done, Dave. Lee, it's your turn.
Where's my minion? My monster?
Your minion,
snake.
Dave, is on the table, currently
Sorry,
trying to attack Santa.
Not Dave, my viper.
Ah, your viper. So your viper is next to you. Shall I make a little token for it, Lee, for you to have a look at?
Yeah, please. Just
So
something.
let's have a
something to-
quick look at.
Fantastic. I feel like I'll be putting
So
that next
let's
to Dave.
say it's next to you.
Lovely. Okay. I'd like to send my viper towards that skeleton. Not that skeleton, that's mine. Mrs. Santa Claus is dead. Is there actually any more skeletons in here? Am I being blind?
Yeah,
San-
Santa's
Santa next
behind
to
the bar.
Just thankful.
Oh, yeah. I see. Let's zoom in a
Mm.
little bit. Lovely. Right, my viper, I want to go for Santa. 15
Excellent.
feet away.
So it's a summoned minion that takes your orders. Again, talking is a free action. So you actually have your turn to free yourself. This is why summoning's so goodly and having minions is so good, because you can bark orders at them and still take your turn.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm
So you have a spell left, don't you?
trying to think what I have got left.
You've got a first level spell.
Yeah.
You've got unlimited 0 level spells, and you've got your touch attacks,
Oh,
but they
How
don't
f-
work against undead, do they? Your touch attacks.
no. But I have got Spark as a level 0. Sorry, Dave.
What are you going to ignite? The fire whiskey's gone.
I know. I just noticed it. I just thought I'd bring it up. the special.
Oh,
for
okay.
Dave.
Because you could have done that earlier, couldn't you?
I very much could have done that earlier. See, I don't have that many level 0 spells that are. I've got bleed, but bleeding touch isn't really going to do much to them. Create water, detect magic, detect poison.
They're more utility spells. Your level 0 spells. They're not really for combat.
No. My level 1s, I've used my level 1s. I've used 4 of them in total already.
Oh, you've used 4 of them. I thought you'd only use. I would only counted 3. Summon, 2 heals.
2 heals, a summon.
Oh, you used a command earlier on in the day. Yeah,
that's right.
There we go. There's your 4.
That's before. So cleric spells, they're all level 1s as well. So no, I don't have any spells that I can use. The best I can do is go over to. Do you know what? I've got 2 lovely creatures here. I'm just gonna stay here and wait, because I know that if I go over towards Santa, I'm just gonna get damage.
Yeah. I mean, unless you cross him, you won't get an attack. He won't get an attack of opportunity on you. But yeah, you'll be in his firing range, won't you? Add your turn.
Without move, do I need to move 1 closer to old Santa Claus here?
You'll have to hop up on the bar.
So if I move within range, does he get an attack of opportunity?
No.
Or does he just leave?
Only if you move. So he threatens the squares around him. If you move in to attack him, it's fine. If you try and move past a threatened square or through a threatened square, you risk of an attack of opportunity.
I'll move in then and have a pop at him.
Excellent.
Another skull cracker right on the top of his head. Oh dear, or maybe not. That's 10.
10 is a miss, I'm afraid.
Been up on top of that bar, I couldn't quite reach.
You accidentally play his ribs like a xylophone, but sadly nothing happens. Not this time, anyway.
Dang it.
It's Santa's go, and Santa's going to take a strike against you, Ad. Now you've moved back into range. What's your AC again?
Million? No, 12.
Million. Well, that's a definite hit.
Oh, no.
Take 6 damage, please, Ad.
Ooh.
He's coming to town. Shaking his belly like a bowl full of jelly.
Oh my god.
He's
done a lot of damage to you, Ad, hasn't he? He must be on his list.
It's a good job. I'm definitely on his naughty list. Definitely. It's a good job Lee gave me that bit, to be honest.
That's true. I bet you'd be unconscious now.
I would, yeah.
Liam, you'll go. And then it's Summon Monsters goes. And Minion.
Right. I might as well throw my axe now that I've got it out.
Come on, Liam, sort him out.
Excellent.
Give him a clap.
So for you, it is D20 plus 6.
Nice.
Rolling. 18.
18.
Plus 6.
Now let's have a look what a critical is on a throwing axe. There's no... Oh, you'd have to do a 20 to get a critical. Oh, I thought it was lower than that. I thought it was 19, but... Sorry, no crit. That is a hit. That is definitely a hit. Can you roll me 1d6 plus? What's your thing again? 1d6 plus 4.
Oh, no, what?
Wow.
So that's 5 damage. So you throw your throwing axe at it, and it just sort of gets tangled up in him. 5 damage is not enough to overcome his damage resistance, I'm afraid.
Come on.
How many axes he got stuck in his gut now?
Well, he's got a bowl full of jelly, so he's got a few. Yeah, he's got a few throwing axes at him in him now. I say they get tangled up. They sort of fall straight through him. They like bounce off his arm. They get tangled in his bones, etc., or just go straight through him. So I'm afraid that didn't. Whilst it hit him and did some damage, it didn't have any effect based on his damage resistance. So 2 minions. We'll start with the minions who are permanent. So we'll start with Dave. This is going to get confusing. So Lee's minion Dave is going to keep attacking then, because Lee's not giving him any other instruction.
Fuck me.
Which is going to miss, I'm afraid.
Nope.
The snake Lee is going to head to it. Now the snake, I'm going to say it's going to share the same square as your other minion Lee. So it's going to move forward, and because it's only a sort of a tiny diminutive creature, it's going to squeeze in between Ad and Dave. Confusing.
Is it tiny? Is it tiny though? Because this is like one summon monster 1. It's not a minor one, is it?
So the snake that you've summoned is.
Well, it's a tiny animal, is it?
It's a tiny animal, yeah. A viper is. So it's got some bite, but it's. I mean, a viper does more damage because of its poison. That's the only issue with summoning a viper. So it may hit. It might struggle to exceed the damage resistance of the skeleton.
Well,
that's going to be the only thing.
You should have gone dolphin.
It's definitely hit. The result is 21. So that is a hit. Now let's have a look. So it does 1d2 damage -2. So it can only do a maximum of 1 damage plus poison. So it's 1d4 halved -2. So it's definitely 1 is the result of that, because you can't get lower than a 1 when you roll for damage. Plus poison. I'm afraid 1 isn't high enough to escape its damage resistance, and skeleton's immune to poison because it's a skeleton.
God damn viper. Why did I get a viper?
Should have got a pony, Lee.
She got the pony, and then Liam could have thrown it.
No, we should have had a dolphin. Should have thrown the dolphin.
So the pony only does 1d3 damage. The eagle only does. Oh, the eagle does 1d4 damage, which isn't too bad. Let's have a look at the dire rat. What does the dire rat do? The dire rat does 1d4 damage as well. So none of these, I think, are going to overcome damage resistance. Yeah, 1d4 is probably your best bet.
Well,
so you didn't do too badly with it, but your viper's not that great. Not against undead with damage resistance. Against a human, the viper would have been amazing, because that poison is awesome.
Oh, keep that in mind.
Giles, I'm killing that snake.
I got the snake just for you.
You've got it for another round, so if you want it to bite Dave, why not?
I'm gonna kill that snake. I'm gonna kill snake.
Dave, it's your turn.
I'm gonna kill the snake.
Having flashbacks, are we, to the Iron Cobra?
Oh God, no. Right. Well, I might as well turn around and try and kill Sandy.
Yeah,
please do, please.
Excellent.
Before it takes out. Oof.
Yeah. So I'll turn around and I'll hit Santa with the back of my axe.
Excellent. D20 plus your melee attack.
Okie dokie. That is a 18. I rolled then.
18, nice. I believe it's, what is it, +2 your melee to hit?
Yes, it is, yeah.
So that's 20 in total. So even with your penalties for wielding your weapon like it shouldn't, that is a hit. Can you roll I think we said 1d3 for damage, didn't we? So 1d6 and halve the result for me, rounding up to the nearest number.
Okay, 1d6. Oh, fuck. 1d6 roll is 6.
So that is 3 damage that you do to Santa. Now, the bludgeoning damage overcomes his damage resistance, so Santa takes 3 damage.
Tell me I've killed Santa.
He's nearly done.
Oh,
Nearly done. So you smash his collarbone and into his chest, but he's just kind of like just winding down. He's got just a tiny little bit left in him.
one off.
Lee, your turn.
Excellent. I'm just going to sit here and quietly whisper to my Viper, not my Viper, sorry, my Dave, that he should continue attacking the Santa Claus.
Fair enough. Sounds good to me. Yeah.
Did we miss Liam's? Did we miss Liam's turn?
No, he threw the axe.
No, he threw the axe.
Ah, okay, cool.
Dave just had a long turn.
Yeah.
Which day?
That Dave. Because it went Liam, the 2 minions, and then Dave's go, and then it was your go, Lee, and then it's Ad's go.
Cool.
Oh, because Dave was attacking Santa, will he still notice if I'm trying to move away?
He will, but let's talk about this sort of situation because you both have him flanked. Now, when you have someone flanked, what it does is it gives you a bonus, an advantage to hit. So Dave would get bonus points for attacking this person. Oh, I didn't give you your sneak attack for damn. Oh, you missed him anyway, didn't you, Dave? Oh no, you hit him.
You hit him for 3, didn't you?
You did hit him for 3. Can you give me an extra 1d6 for sneak attack? Sorry, Dave.
Oh, come on, Dave. Please.
You need to remind me about that. Whenever you hit someone in the back, or whenever you catch someone unaware, you get your sneak attack.
Here we go. You ready? 1.
Not quite enough to do him in, but he loses a few more ribs.
Dave.
I should have just lied. I should have lied.
Sorry, Ad, your turn. So flanks, you get bonuses to hit.
Right, I might as well take the chance.
What, kill Santa?
Or myself. Okay, so I will take a shot at his jaw with my old club. That's the one. Right.
So 1d20 plus 2.
I really should get a better light on my desk. That's 10.
10?
Yeah.
I'm just going to have a quick look at your bonus for flanked.
Please be a hit.
Please tell me you're finally taking down Santa.
So you get a plus 2 flanking bonus, so that's 12, which isn't enough to bypass his AC of 16, I'm afraid.
Jesus.
So I'm afraid that is a miss.
What?
What have we got next? We've got... Oh, it's Santa's go.
Oh, for God's sake.
My God, no.
He's going to attack.
Could you take 7 damage, please, Ad?
Oh, my Lord. Well, that's...
Add.
I'll be on -2.
Okay. Is there a session when you're not down, Dad? This is like
the last time we had
isn't it?
actually managed to stay up. Well, I don't think there was any actual proper combat, was there?
The problem is you're not the strongest at close range, yet
No,
you've got
I'm
the
not,
most effective weapon to kill this creature, but you can't seem to hit him.
Just keep missing.
Now, if you gave that to Liam, for example, Liam would have finished him off by now, or even Dave. Dave would have probably had more luck with this creature. So yeah, or even if you gave it to Dave, as in other Dave, as in Skeleton Dave, probably would have had a bit better.
Anyone but me.
Anyone but you. I mean, you could have given it to Lee. I think he's the only person who's weaker than you in close range.
Yeah. So I'm unconscious to the floor. If anyone wants to rob me,
Please feel free.
Out of interest, Ad, in your inventory, do you have any potions of cure light wounds?
Yeah, I've got 2. So
okay. Right, brilliant.
You can
That's all I
drop
need
one
to
of
know.
them on me if you get a chance, maybe.
I will do.
Liam, your turn.
With a
Not the
touch of
usual.
the blood.
Pop.
Burn.
Now, do I have to use another turn to get my great axe back out, or do I just
No.
automatically get that back out? after
Because
using
it's
the throwing
sheathed
axe?
properly, you can just take it back out.
Right. So if I get that back out, I can then move in for an attack.
Yeah, which is the advantage of you taking that round to sheathe it properly.
Yeah.
So yeah, move next to Santa then, and have an attack.
Right, yeah. So, yeah. So I climb onto the bar from the looks of it.
Yeah. Excellent.
And I'll just use regular attack.
So D20 plus 6.
So
Nice, Dave. Nice.
It's a litre bottle as well.
7
Best one.
What you
13.
got?
So 7 plus 6, 13. I'm afraid you just kind of bounce off him. You glance off his armor. It's not enough to overcome his armor, I'm afraid, Liam.
No
So
problem.
we are back to your minion, Lee. So let's take the other skeleton's damage first. So that's a hit. So, Lee, your skeleton does what would look like a very ineffective attack, but just it kind of rattles his bones at the end, and Santa begins to crumble. So, whilst it's a very meek hit, and it just barely overcomes his damage resistance, and Santa disappears.
Oh wait, so you defeated
gone?
Santa?
Yeah.
Yes.
Your snake also disappears as it finishes its last round, which is do nothing unless you wanted it to bite someone last minute.
No.
You fucking dead.
But the bar becomes quiet.
Well, since it's quiet, am I okay to go over to Ad?
Yeah, sure.
Excellent. I'm just going to pull out a potion from Ad's backpack and give Cure Light Wounds.
Okay, 1d8 plus 1, please.
Who?
Because
Me
level
or
1
Ad?
potion. Add, seeing as you're being healed.
Come on. 3.
Get
Top
you
1. I'm on 1 HP.
So back on 1. Excellent. So you get up incredibly injured. Life is pain, Ad.
I wish I had that fire whiskey.
Right now. So you are all up and conscious. What do we do? Who wants to go first? Shall we go in order of initiative? Dave, anything you want to do?
So they're into, but is he dead now? He is officially dead, isn't he? Or not?
Someone's going to need to check him.
Who, the
I'll
barman?
go check. I'll check on the. Sorry,
The barman.
The barman, yeah. He's covered in a lot of his own blood. It's very difficult to tell, Dave. He's
check.
warm, but he's,
Let me go check. I'll check.
Do you have a heal skill, Dave, just to check? So 0. Do you want to give me a D20 plus 0?
A D20 plus 0.
Yeah. So heal is not just your ability to heal people and perform CPR. It's also your ability to check them medically.
Okay. 19.
19. So you feel a slight pulse as you check his neck. He's barely alive. But you notice his bleeding stopped. He's managed to stabilize himself. Must be that half giant blood of his.
Gnarly.
So he is barely alive though. He is like at the bottom end of his health.
Can I?
He's like -8, -9.
Okay. Stay away, Giles.
I mean,
Stay
Lee
away.
seems really desperate to have a go. So what do you want to do, Lee?
I want to get out my sickle and slice his neck.
No.
In the bar, in front of all the people, including Vigo, Viking nobility, his bodyguard, Sved, and a and a tavern of customers.
I need something
So
to
they
give
thought
to
you only just
next.
met.
I'll just. I mean,
No.
I'll
Yeah.
Do you do it? I mean, I'm not going to stop you, Lee. Like, go for it if you want to.
I'm gonna
Do it.
stop you. No.
What would they notice if I was just to like look like I was checking him and give him a bit of bleeding touch?
Checking in with a
Let's have a-
sickle.
Let's have a quick look on Bleeding Touchly to see if you'd be able to do it stealthily, because it might not be something that is that obvious. So, Bleeding Touch is a touch attack. Let's have a look if it's got anything that you need to say to it, or make a visual thing, or it's got any sort of thing. So let's have a look. Bleeding Touch, Pathfinder. So it's part of the death domain. All it says, it's a melee touch attack. You can cause a living creature to take 1d6 damage per round. You can cause the living to bleed at a touch and find comfort in the presence of the dead.
So what we're taking that as?
I'm going to say that it doesn't give any obvious... It's a touch. All you're doing is you're taking your aura and you're putting it through your hands. I don't think you need to say anything. I don't think you need to do anything visual. I don't think people are going to be noticing you do it. I think you could literally lay on your hands and just inject your soul in to finish him off.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna look like I'm going over right to check his pulse.
Yeah.
But finish him off
Yeah. I mean, he can't.
Whilst I'm doing that, I also got to go to something along the lines of, "Next, this is for you."
Swear to God, if you just turned around and said, "I'm just going to make eye contact with Dave for the whole time I'm doing this,"
So, the melee touch attack, you can cause a living creature to take 1d6 points of damage per round. This effect persists for 1 round until stopped with a DC 15 heal check or spell that heals the damage. You can use it 5 times a day. You've already used, or you haven't used, you've used 1 of your channel energies, which gets taken off this. Oh, wait, no, it's a separate attack. Yeah, just 1d6 for him. He can't dodge it. Just 1d6 damage for me, please, Lee. Okay, 2 damage. That's him dead. That is, he bleeds from his eyes, winces and passes on to the great beyond.
fuck me.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Lee, the worst medic in the world. We didn't tell you about our first session, did we, Liam? A man came to Lee's hut with exhaustion.
I definitely didn't realise it was this kind of group I was coming into.
It seems to be this kind of group. So a man came to Lee with... Well, a man was taken to Lee with exhaustion, and Lee was like, of course I'll help him. Took one look, decided he couldn't be arsed, and just decided to slit his throat. Someone who would have healed naturally if he'd slept for 8 hours. Didn't even bother to check him to determine. He was just like, I can't deal with this. So this is the type of character Lee's playing. This is what's the kill count, Lee?
Oh my God! Please kill we have a kill.
Had at least 5 by now, isn't it?
Is this? So there was the innocent courier. There was the man outside the crypt.
The guy in the bar, wasn't there? With the shot with the arrow, didn't he finish him off?
No, he didn't die, I'm afraid.
Oh.
So man in the crypt is number 2. I think this is going to be the 3rd sacrifice to Nex, right? Of an innocent person.
Of an innocent.
Of an innocent. Oh yeah.
I think it's been, how many game days do we have? Is this day 3 or day 4? You get a kill a day. You kill an innocent person daily, Lee. That's impressive.
Pure evil.
You didn't get the guy at Olgre's Hall.
No.
No.
That
Oh
one
my
slipped
God.
away.
Yeah, so this is the third day, so that's 1 kill a day. Anyway, very impressed. Nex is very happy with you.
Fantastic.
Morally, I'm horrified. But that's the way it goes. So, Dave, all you see is Lee put his hands on him and he finishes bleeding out. I mean, you can't tell he's done anything. I don't know if you run a roll of perception to see if you notice anything odd or weird.
So I know. So I noticed. Okay. Yeah. Go on. I'll roll perception. I might as well, Ante. I gotta
Yeah,
find.
so D20, and for you it's plus 5. You're pretty insightful.
Oh, nice. Okay. So I roll a natural 20.
Yeah, so you've seen this attack from Lee before, and you noticed that his hand has gone on him, and immediately he started gushing blood. You suspect. You don't know for. I mean, you know as well as your character could know from what simply watching. You think it's very coincidental. It's most likely that he's used this attack. Who's next on the list? Add anything you want to do?
I'm just gonna drop my head back down on the bar and shout out, what's my friend in the corner? What was his name?
Oh, Yarrow.
Yarrow. Yarrow, grab me a mead and just pour it in my mouth. And
so Yarrow picks up his mug, like terrified because he's just seen you guy beat the shit out of like these skeletons, and it like you've been a bit of a dick to him, and he just slowly pours the mead into your face.
that's me done.
That's you done. Liam, you've literally walked into this place and had a massive fight with skeletons.
Yeah. Well, I mean, considering this barman's now dead, I'm going to go rooting through his pockets.
Nice. A mercenary amongst you.
He's falling in line.
I'm a barbarian after all. So,
Right, let's have a quick look at these guys' pockets. Are you trying to be stealthy about this? Are you just literally going to go up and start rooting through these guys' pockets?
No stealth whatsoever. Just go up. Oh, he's dead. I'll root through his pocket.
So, as you begin to do this, you start to see the other people in the bar sort of turn around and look at you. And a man who is sort of grey of hair, but he's heavily armoured. He's got a big axe on his back. He comes, picks up his throwing axe, and he goes up to you and sort of interrupts you doing this. And he says, I don't think we've been introduced.
Okay. I don't think we have.
It's not often that you see a warrior running around these parts. I thought I'd hired every armed person in this area. I'd clearly missed someone.
Clearly not. Clearly, yeah.
He says, your name?
What was that?
He asks for your name.
Oh, Harold.
He says, I'm Sved. I'm the chieftain of a village north of here. I've hired these. He sort of gives you a scowl. He says, I've hired these men to escort me to the Great Moot south of here. He says the road's been dangerous and there's still a lot more danger. I was wondering if you'd like to tag along. You seem to fight very well. You'll be paid, of course, compensated generously.
Oh, of course. I've got nothing better to do, so why not?
He nods. He says it doesn't pay to be a armed mercenary with no banner to your name. He says, fight for me and you'll be rewarded greatly. He says that man's pockets, though, are his own. However, I'll compensate you for today's battle generously.
Very well then. I
He
shall leave him be.
says, I expect you to do things differently while I'm hiring you. But don't worry, there'll be plenty of plunder to be had.
There better be.
He nods. And he says, Thrin isn't far. We'll just have the journey to get back to contend with. And he sort of walks away to this table and takes a seat. So you are now on the payroll of Sved.
Angelus, what's your stealth?
Was Giles?
Mine's -1, so I can't do it.
Why do you ask?
There's some pockets to be checked.
Oh, really? Well, it just so happens my stealth is at 8. So yeah, let's rock and roll with this.
Okay. I'll give you a round to do things before I initiate what's going to happen next, which isn't anything combat related. It's more story related. So I'll give you a round to prat around. What are you going to do, Dave?
I'm going to check his pockets.
Excellent.
What do you want me to roll for that? Thanks.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Whose
11.
pockets you checking now?
Barman's.
Oh, didn't Liam ransack him?
No, he
No,
wasn't
he
able
got
to.
stopped.
Sved stopped him.
Ah,
I started to, but then Sved stopped me. Yeah.
naughty Sved.
So,
I mean, I wasn't trying to be stealthy about it, so.
no, that's true.
I got 19 total.
19. Okay. So you begin to rifle through the pockets, and no one sees you except. Can you give me a perception, Dave?
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, Yarrow's gonna see me, and he. God damn it. I roll 11 with perception. With my.
Okay. So as you're rummaging through the pockets, you meet Celine's eye across the bar, and she's sort of scowling at you.
I forgot about them.
I forgot about Celine. Yeah.
So yeah, she doesn't look very happy with you. You've not left a very good impression on this lady. You've purchased her from a slave owner. You've forced her to do things, and yeah,
Ripped her clothing.
ripped her clothing. Yeah, just ripped her clothing straight off her. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
What kind of animals are you people?
Shall we get to the loot, Dave?
yeah.
The good stuff. So he has a serving tray tucked into his apron. He has a frying pan hanging off his pocket. He has 4 drinking glasses underneath him that he was sort of buried upon. In terms of loot, he has 3 gold coins jingling in his pocket. He has 104 copper. And he has 26 silver.
I will tell Giles what is in his pockets, but because I had such a stare owl from Celine, I'm going to graciously retract my to steal anything from him. So there's nothing much of a value with him anyway.
No, apart from loose change, he's not got a whole lot.
No, I mean I'll mention it to Giles. Like, hey Giles, he's got quite a bit of cash on him here, but I'm not gonna take it like. Yeah. But what I probably will do, just as a bit of respect, I will take 2 silver from his pocket and put them over his eyes.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Pretty fucking weird. It's not what they do here. Just see you putting money in his eye sockets. You get a few dirty looks as people see you do that. Like it's pretty odd. Yeah,
Everybody's
you're
happy.
putting money in the man's eyes. So they all look at you like really eager to see what happens next, because it's probably the first time anyone's done that in this land.
What about this guy? Did we
think
ever
it's
check
some
what
sort
he's
of
got?
ritual.
We robbed him, didn't we?
Did we?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So you guys took the sack off him, and you got the skeleton hand, which you announced to the entire bar that you had, and the rest of the cursed treasure.
Lovely.
We gave him a sack of beer mugs, didn't we, back?
You did, yeah. So which prompts Vigo to say to you guys, he says, one question. How did you guys acquire the treasure from the cairn? How did the skeleton hand come into your possession? He seems very stern.
I'm going to bluff.
Skeleton hand ends up in our possession.
I'm going to do a bluff. Which is what, a D20?
Yep, D20 plus your bluff. You have to tell me what you're bluffing, though, because there's bonuses or minuses depending on my opinion of how believable I think the bluff is. So you need to say something like, "Oh, it just fell into my lap," which isn't very believable, which would give you a penalty, and it's for me to decide that penalty or bonus depending on how believable it is.
Was what's his name unconscious from that stuff still?
Yeah, Stephen's still knocked out, and the two others are also still knocked out. They are drunk with their faces in the
I'm going
bar.
to say to him.
When he fell over drunk, it dropped out of his bag or something onto the floor.
Yeah, I was just going to say, because I'll do the bluff anyway, that it was next to Stephen on the floor, so you picked it up.
And
Okay.
then all shit went loose.
So D20 plus your bluff.
That's crap bluff. It'll be
So
7.
that's 7.
Oh dear.
He rolled very well. He says, I think there's a bit more to this story. To which Sved chimes in, and Sved says, I instructed these gentlemen to track down the original robbers of the cairn. These gentlemen, they reported to me, were the thieves. And he points at Derek and Stephen and the other third guy. He turns to you guys and he says, was anyone else involved?
No.
Oh.
Oh,
Well.
that is a lie, Dave. That is a naughty lie, and you're going to have to roll for that naughty lie.
Interesting.
So that is a bluff. If you have bluff. You do have bluff. +6.
Oh, nice. Okay, here we go
God
then.
damn, you guys can do the bluff in future. My bluff is rubbish.
Mate, mine's -2, so I'm definitely
You just look guilty all the time. Probably because you are guilty all the time. I roll 15. Plus my bluff.
+6.
I roll 15.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So Sved nods and Vigo sort of kind of shrugs, and he sort of shrugs to Darius and he says, take them outside, wake them up, interrogate them, and once you've heard enough from them, like, behead them.
Oh, shit.
And he says, pardon me, he says, we don't tolerate looters in Norvald. It doesn't happen. So Darius gets up and drags each one of them out one by one into the cold snow and the dark. And
shit.
he picks up a sort of a jug just filled with some sort of beer, anonymous liquid, and takes it out with him. And pretty soon you hear muffled talks and screaming.
Can I quickly suggest? I think you want to get in on that.
Who does he say that to?
I do. I say that to Giles.
Okay.
What, on the torture outside?
Yeah, you might want to go out there and sacrifice the next. Because
I'll go some. Yeah, I can go say some words on their behalf to clean them up and bury them.
Before he goes outside, I was going to say, I look up and see these two skeleton feet at the top of my head. Go, Giles, Can you walk this into the fire or something?
Oh, I'll just command my skeleton to follow me.
Okay.
I'm keeping all of my skeleton.
Cool. So it follows you and stands next to you.
Right. Are these dead?
So Vigo doesn't stop you, but he sort of waits and looks at you, and you hear Flynn sort of like cry out and say no as her friends are dragged outside, and she's got tears in her eyes, and Celine sort of like just holds her head and brings her close to sort of not say anything. Vigo turns and he says, that wasn't all of the treasure, was it? He says, you need to hand over any treasure you have. It's cursed. It'll follow you around. If you don't want skeletons marching at your door every day, you need to hand over what's left of the treasure.
Oh.
Can I get from you, Lee, a knowledge religion check? Sorry, because this is before you go out. This is sort of as you start to leave.
Yeah, sure.
Can I get a knowledge religion? Because it's a very next thing what's happened.
Knowledge religion is.
Can we see if he's bluffing?
Right.
You could do a sense motive ad if you've got it.
Yeah.
20 plus sense
17.
motive. 17, that's pretty good. So, Lee, as far as you're aware, yes, some of the treasure is cursed, but only the stuff in relation to animating the undead. So the onyxes, you know, are cursed. The silver and the coins are not.
Okay.
20 is what I rolled.
20. You don't think he's lying. You think as far as he knows, the entire treasure is cursed. Lee is the person who knows the nuances.
Who has the cursed treasure?
I had the jeweled skeleton hand, which is gone now, wasn't it? Or was that destroyed completely?
The hand's completely gone. It's basically whoever has the onyxes has the remainder of the cursed treasure.
I've got the
that's
onyx.
all you, yeah. All
I've
Jarl.
got how many onyx rings was it? Was it 8? One hand with onyx rings, the other jewels. Yeah. So 8 onyx rings. 8 onyx rings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep them.
Do you sort of look through your backpack while you do this?
No, I'm just gonna stare him in the face and say no.
What, you're going to tell him no?
I'm just gonna tell him no.
What, that there's no more, or you're not going to hand it over?
I'm gonna start with there's no more.
Yeah. Which is a lie.
Which is a lie, which is a bluff. Which I'm aware I'm about to roll a bluff. That's fine.
Okay, thank you.
Oh my God, what's your bluff again?
Fuck.
Strangely enough, Lee, he believes you.
Jesus.
Strangely enough,
Thick as this guy.
he does. He rolled very badly this time. He's rolled very good for other ones, but this time he's rolled extremely badly. It was a critical fail.
He's currently completely onyxes in front of him. Yeah, no, I haven't got any more.
He sort of peers at you and he says, well, the rest of it must be somewhere. He says, I'm sure Darius will get the truth out of the gentleman outside. And that's when you begin to hear the screaming.
Okay, cool. So back to what I was gonna do. I'm just gonna say a couple of prayers.
Okay. Can you give me a perception, please, Lee, as you head outside? And can you give me a fortitude as well?
Oh, okay. So first of all, perception. 17.
Okay. So as you step outside, you are met with organs on the floor.
Oh shit.
So there is a trail of intestines on the steps. There is what looks like a spleen or a kidney or something like that. And you see Darius has 2 axes out, and he's basically arms deep inside of like Stephen's chest, like pulling things out, whilst Derek is tied up in the snow, staring and watching, and the other guy is still comatose and unlocked, sort of comatose, sorry, and like just passed out on the ground. So Stephen is the one who's screaming, as is Derek, and then all of a sudden Stephen's eyes roll back in his head and he dies, and he turns to Derek and he says, "Where's the treasure?"
Okay. well, I know I've got to roll fortitude, but I'm thinking that I should at least kind of say here or next. I take this.
Pass your fortitude check and we'll see. Because this is unusually brutal from what you see. Like, you
Sure.
mess around with a lot of dead bodies. You certainly don't pull organs out of living ones. Or at least you haven't so far.
I can't find my fortitude. Where is it?
It lives underneath your stats. So underneath strength, con, intelligence, wisdom, charisma, your first one's fortitude.
+4.
Yes,
Right,
so d20 plus 4.
Oh, dice a bit slow today. Wow. There we go, 23.
23. You feel a bit sick in the back of your mouth, particularly as you see, like, large intestine, like, absolutely everywhere, and there's shit and blood on the floor, and vomit as well. But you kind of, like, swallow it back in, and sort of whisper your prayer to Nex. So what do you want to do?
So, whisper my prayer to Nex, saying, Nex, please take this soul. I offer you this, what remains on the ground here. Be gone.
Excellent.
The other guy is being tortured, right?
So he hasn't started working on the other two yet. He's literally used Stephen as what you think is probably an example to Derek. So he's killed one to get information out of the other in a very brutal, horrific way.
Mm. I mean, I'm not going to get involved. I'm just going to sit here and watch.
Okay, excellent. So you see Darius just shouting this guy down, and Derek says, in the bag we had, and he basically lists the entire treasure that you stole, including like the petty goods and things like that. And Darius sort of storms back inside to get the bag, both of them tied up. I don't know if you want to do anything while he's inside. You've got a round or so.
It's tied up, right?
Yeah, both of them are completely helpless.
I'm going to take a sickle to his neck.
Okay. Which one, Derek or the other passed out guy?
Derek, because he's speaking, and don't give any information away.
Excellent. So you'll need to go up to Derek.
Is this Derek?
Nope, Derek's the one at the bottom.
This Derek, okay.
Yeah.
Good old Derek, eh?
I'm yet to give the other man a name. I've yet to need to.
That's fine. So, I mean, it's tied up. So, do I need to roll anything here?
No, you don't. You can just he just dies. You can slit his throat. You don't even need to roll for damage, Lee. He is dead.
Fantastic. Next, take it with you.
In the meantime, Darius sort of comes out with the bag, pours it on the ground, and there's just mugs. And he turns and looks to you, and he said, "He was mine."
He was trying to escape. I'm not very strong. I had to kill him.
Okay. He doesn't even bother checking for the truth. He just starts going up to this guy and trying to slap him to wake him up. He's not going to be able to wake up this guy in a while. I don't know if you want to watch 10 minutes of slapping and like plunging his head into the snow. But this guy doesn't seem to be conscious. How long do you wait?
I'm not waiting at all. I'm going back in and getting a beer.
Okay. Does the skeleton stay outside?
Oh, a skeleton can come back in with me.
Okay, cool.
Does that remain under your control until you decide otherwise?
Yeah.
Basically,
nice.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's awesome.
He can only have so many at a time. So
Yeah.
That's a relatively... It's a strong one, but it's a first level type of creature. So he can have up to 2 of that kind. He could have had 1 Boris Johnson. As we're calling him, because that was a level 2 type creature. He can't... Anything that's sort of level 3 or higher, he can't control.
Right.
Anyway, we're back in the bar. While that's all been going on, guys, have you been doing anything? What's been going on?
Sleeping. In a lot of pain.
Nice. What were you doing, Dave?
Well, technically, I think I have 1 stitch potion. on me.
I need to. Sorry, guys.
On what potion?
I need to do a kill count.
Kill count's 4.
4. Okay. Cool.
4 innocent people, Lee.
4 innocent.
I mean, you've come back in covered in blood, Lee. I don't know how neatly you've done it, but you can't really slit a man's throat neatly.
Your new togs are covered already. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh god.
There's blood on the polar bear, I'm afraid. And that's not a euphemism.
Is that 4 today or 4 in total?
That's 4 in total.
Oh, okay, cool.
In terms of innocent people kill count.
Fantastic.
Man, it seems like you killed a lot more than that, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
Sorry, Dave. What were you doing?
Well, I was thinking about, because I mean, I'm currently on 2 health. I think I have a 1 stitch potion in my inventory. Now, can you remind me what stitch potion does? Is that just for like bleeding wounds, or is that just in?
A stitch potion?
Yeah, I've got written here stitch potion.
I think you had a potion of cure light wounds because I'm sure you two bought 1 each.
Yeah, well, I had 2, and I think David should have had 2 as well.
Yeah.
I'm just going to have a quick look, seeing if a stitch potion.
I've
don't
got a
remember that.
stitch. No, I think it's on about cure light wounds.
Might well be. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what.
you did buy a cure light wounds potion, didn't you?
I think we had 2 each.
Yeah. I'm just going to have a quick look through my notes to see what other potions you have. So you do have a couple of potions. You have those 3 potions that you got from the hobgoblin, not hobgoblin, bugbear.
Yes, I do. Yeah,
The three different coloured ones. Didn't get any potions from there. What did you get from Olgrey? Certainly didn't get. You've got the necklace. You don't know what it does yet.
The brevis, tits and wine.
Yep, the brevis symbol.
I don't know why I've got one called stitch potion.
No.
Well,
Me neither.
okay, so I'll scribble out stitch potion.
Do you want to know what colour the potions you have?
I've got a yellow, green, and red one, haven't I?
Yeah. You got yellow, green, and red potions.
But I've got 2 cure light wounds.
Yeah.
Well,
You did have that potion of that giant potion which you've used.
yeah, that's gone.
So it's potion of enlarge. Maybe that's what you wrote down.
Maybe. But I'm going to use a cure light wounds potion. On
Okay, cool. 1d8 plus 1, please.
1d8. Okay. D8. Where's my 8? Is that okay? Oh, that's one. That's a D8. I roll 8.
Nice. So heal yourself by 8, please.
Oh, sound.
Why are you doing that? Liam, you've just joined this band of mercenaries. All of them seem to be healing themselves. One of them's gone outside and has some weird skeleton following him. He's now covered in blood. There's been some word of mysterious treasure. And you're just kind of standing there. What? Do you do anything? What do you speak to anyone? What do you do?
Well, I've poured myself some mead.
Yeah. Harold's having a
Sit
drink.
down
I
and
like
just
it.
think to myself, what the hell have I got myself into? It's basically-
While he's doing that, I'll just reach
And,
in the bar for another one and go,
I
"Cheers,
see
Harold."
Angelus healing himself.
Mm.
Yeah, so I see Angelus healing himself and just say, like, pussy. I didn't get hurt.
Fucking.
So, what's wrong with you?
Do you think we should heal
Sorry,
Ad, or
look at him just disapprovingly.
should we
Yeah.
let Wolf sleep?
Go backwards at him. I'll be like,
What time of day are we on now?
It's night.
It's
It's the start of night. You guys have fought well into sort of. I mean, a round is 6 seconds, so 10 rounds is a minute. So it was quite late. It was probably about 8 o'clock when the fight started. It was pretty dark outside.
So have you got any left in you, Lee?
Liam.
He doesn't have any healing, but there was an interaction between Liam and David. Shall we continue that before we have a look at healing or other options? Sorry, Liam. So what were you saying to Dave? You calling him a pussy, and were you asking him some questions?
Thanks, man.
No, it wasn't really asking him questions. Just sort of disapprovingly. Like, I thought you guys were supposed to be tough.
God, cheek of it.
I just.
Like, I think I can't remember how much damage I actually took, but it wasn't a lot.
I don't think you took any
Very
damage.
little damage. Or none at all. Well, even better.
You didn't take any damage.
But yeah. So yeah, but I'm not going to attempt to heal anyone. I'm not that kind of orc.
I mean, that and you pretty much have one skill, which is swinging a great axe around. So if you try and heal someone with that, it might end up badly.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've got a couple of the potions of light wounds, but
Of course you do. Yeah.
but yeah, I'm not going to waste them on these misfits.
Well. Well, I'll.
We've only just met, so you know.
Yeah, well,
That's absolutely fair.
I'm going to casually step over the barman, who's still dead on the floor, and I will walk over to Ulf, and I'll be like, "How's the meat going down, Ulf? Do you fancy
Great. I'm Sparko. I'm like, I haven't got a Scooby what's going on anymore.
When Ulf's had a good night's sleep, what will his health be on?
So he will heal by he'll heal by 2 per day because of his level, plus anything constitution-wise. So what's your constitution modifier? Ad? It is 0, so you just heal by 2 per day, Ad.
That's
Right.
fine. Ulf can sleep, and I can do a spell to heal him tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well,
you don't heal on a day of combat, though.
Well,
Because it's not a rest day, so you won't heal anything tomorrow, so you'll have to rely on spells.
Well, tell you what, I'll give Ad my. I don't know. Ad's got your light wounds in his pouch, hasn't he? Can I?
I've got one more.
Can I? Can I talk to?
I'd leave it. Let me.
I was kind of saving that because
I'll
we
heal
can't
him tomorrow.
regenerate them, can we?
Yeah, let
No.
me heal him tomorrow.
Okay.
When my spells regenerate, I'll give him a bit more health.
Okay, then. Well, now I've discussed that with Ad, I will turn back in.
The mead's just numb to the pain for now. I'm fine.
I'll just turn around to Harold. I'll be. I'll speak to Harold for a minute after seeing his disapproving look.
I don't think any of you have introduced yourself to him. I think
I
you've
did.
probably heard the conversation with Sved.
Mm-hmm.
I just said, "Hey, Harold," and waved a beer at him.
Mm.
I'll
So
just raise my mead to him and just acknowledge it.
Yeah.
So I'll turn around to Harold and I'll go. So Harold, I hear you're joining our band and coming with us to help Sved. That's it. What's your name? I forgot. No, I don't actually know your name yet, do I?
Hi, Harold. What's your name?
It's a good guess. That was a good guess.
You look like a Harold.
So I turn to Harold, and something that you
I'll
won't
just
see very
reply,
often from my
say,
character
like,
is
yeah,
an apology for the bleeding
I mean,
touch.
I'm Harold,
Hmm.
and it does look like I'm doing your group.
Down.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I forgot about
Somewhere. But yeah, so I'll be like, all right, well, it's nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. I'm
that. No hard feelings.
I think we're losing you somewhere, Liam.
Nope, is he gone again?
I think there's a delay, or we're struggling to hear his sound.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, he's back.
I think there's a delay between.
There is a bit. I think his signal's gone again.
Yeah, I think the connection's going a bit
There he goes.
slow.
Oh, okay, no worries. So sorry, what was that introduction again, Liam?
I mean, yeah, I think it's just slow connection.
Yeah. Okay.
Slow connection, isn't it?
Yeah, there's definitely a delay here. So yeah, I'll introduce myself to Harold.
I was just saying I'm Harold, and it does look like I'm joining your group. I hope
Cool.
next time we're in a battle, you pull your weight a bit more.
Yeah, Angelus. Me taking all the hits as usual.
Yeah, your frail ranger with range specialty seems to get into melee combat an awful lot.
A lot.
I have to go somewhere like here, and although I've pleased Nex today, I'll just go and pray, and thank him for watching over me.
Yeah.
So hopefully my spells and that will regenerate overnight.
Excellent. So while you're doing this, Flynn sort of spots her opportunity to wander up to you, and she says very quietly to your character, Lee, she says, "You bastard." She says, "You son of a bitch."
Wow.
She says, "I'd gut you if I could." She says, "You killed my friends. You stole from them. You've left us penniless. And I thought you were nice guys. I thought you saved me."
No, actually, that was me and Ad.
Real good. I gave you a load of cash.
I gave you a load of food.
I'll turn to her and say, "I'll let you live."
She's just so angry she can't speak, and she says, "I'll keep quiet as you didn't implicate me in the theft from the crypt, but I want you to know we'll meet again." And she storms out and leaves.
I was just waiting for that number 5 tally then.
What, bleeding hug?
Oh.
Or bleeding handshake?
Yeah.
You notice Celine begins to sort of like creep out, kind of like, am I allowed to leave? Am I allowed to stay here? I'm going to kind of go anyway and see what they say. So she just kind of like slowly moves out, like while making eye contact with you all, sort of looking disgusted.
Oh,
it makes such a good impression that way.
Before she goes any further,
Yeah.
Can I go a throwing axe at the door frame?
Oh my God.
Don't miss. Okay. And yeah, do I have to?
Yeah, D20 plus your attack bonus. Critical fail, and we'll see what happens.
Oh God, no! I can't
on, roll
want it to happen.
Oh, I kind of hope this is a critical fail. I'm not gonna lie.
Please roll.
What did you roll?
I rolled 15.
15. Okay, you easily hit the top of the door, and she sort of jumps in the air and sort of looks back at you at like, can I leave? Can I not leave? Because she's still technically a slave, but she also does not want to be anywhere near you guys. So she's kind of waiting in the door, like she's frozen now. You've thrown the axe at her.
Shout back from behind the bar. I own you.
Can you give me an intimidate, Dave?
Oh, I hate myself currently.
All these neutral characters, Liam. All these supposedly neutral characters. They originally attempted to rescue her, you know. They started out as a rescue attempt for an innocent woman being tortured by a slaver, and now she's, you know,
in a worse position.
Yeah.
Now she's their slave.
I'm slowly becoming chaotic evil.
D20 plus intimidate, please, and I'm going to do a will save for her to see if she'll step out the door because she's
14.
pretty frightened of you.
I got a roll 14, and then my intimidate is 6, so 20.
Yeah, she totally fails her will save. She just stays there, stock frightened at the door.
Right. Okay, I will jump the bar and walk over to her.
There is a mixture of hate, but mostly fear in her eyes as you approach her.
Well, I walk up to her and I say to her, "Listen, you are technically a free woman. I don't like to own anyone, but I need to make sure that you're safe before you go."
Way to save yourself, Dave.
Sorry,
I know,
mixed
right?
messages going on there.
She needs to make sure that you what before you go?
I need to make sure that she's all right before she goes, if she wants to go. That is. So I want to offer her some rations and some money.
Wait. Yeah, you just screamed out at your owner, and now you're like, "Nah, go on, here's some food. Be on your way."
Well, I don't want her to go out into the cold, not having anything to protect herself with.
No, you just want to make a weird pants with an axe in the door frame, just above her head.
Her axe out red.
She looks at you slowly and she says, "You're not going to kill me, are you?"
No, I'm not going to kill you. But I reach up and pull the axe out of the door frame, and I hand her the axe.
She takes it and sort of gives it a look like she kind of wants to hit you with it, but at the same time, like she's so frightened and just wants to leave the situation. And she like has it in her hands like she doesn't know what to do with it.
Miles, what are you doing?
I was just thinking the same thing.
I'd just like to shake your hand before you leave.
I'm doing nothing.
So she's just clutching this axe like it's a sort of a lifeline for her. Now you've given it to her, and she says, "So you'll let me leave and you won't kill me?"
I won't kill you now. If you want to leave, you can. I'd prefer if you didn't, because the wilderness is harsh, and you seem to be of noble blood, so you don't seem to know anything about surviving in the wilderness, because that's obviously you got captured. So yeah, the choice is yours, but preferably you might be one to stay the night because it is dark out now, and we've just been attacked by zombies.
She looks at you. She looks at the blood in the room. She looks at the guts that's sort of outside on the thing, and she says, "I think I'll be going." And she says, "You said you'd give me food."
Sure. Yeah, so I offer it.
Give her a piece of Boris. What's left on the porch?
There's not a lot of Boris left.
Oh, we just point to it and say, "Here, help yourself."
It's that chaotic evil again that's rearing its head.
Oh yes, I'm thinking it's slowly moving towards chaotic evil than anything else now. But I'm trying to bring you back.
Is Jarl rubbing off on you?
Yes.
Name me sex tape.
You've touched me too many times. So, yeah, I'll
I'll give her some rations.
How many days worth do you give her?
1.
Okay, deduct that from your character sheet. You give her a small pouch of nuts. No innuendo intended. And she sort of wanders off. So she just leaves. She walks, backs off from you at first. Sees Darius outside, like slapping a guy with the organs and things like that, and she completely runs in the opposite direction, away from the building. So both her and Flynn and Celine have just run off.
I turn to Giles and I go, I think that went well.
I own you. If there's a scene you're going to animate, Dave, it's going to be that one.
Yes. Oh dear, that was a terrible idea. I did that, but I hope. So yeah, yeah, I think that went well.
Excellent. So people start to settle down now. The body's dragged outside. Darius sort of finishes and is ranting about how the other person is just like completely was just unhelpful. And he sort of apologizes to Vigo that, you know, that he can't do anything more. And sort of Vigo says it's okay. They go back to the ship to rest that's moored outside. And Sved decides to bunker down here. And Yarrow leaves with them for the ship. So all that's left in this bar, in this outpost, there's no other living people other than you guys and this building with these holes and breaches in it. So I don't know what you guys want to do. Sved suggests that you bunker down for the night and begins to take some of the logs outside and pile it into the fireplace, and move some stools to cover up the hole in the wall, and tries to refit the door, but doesn't really work. He just kind of ends up leaning it against an empty door frame. But behind the bar is pretty toasty warm. So he suggests you bunker down for the night. He also says to you, Lee, he says, that skeleton's going to be an issue.
The skeleton can wait outside.
I was going to say, I'll be like on sentry duty.
He nods. He says, I understand that Nex works in different ways. You're in my village for long enough, and it's not the first time I've dealt with a cleric of Nex. I understand that, you know, in terms of the benefits we get from using your services, there's some pretty, and he describes it exactly like this, pretty weird shit that goes off that most people wouldn't be able to stomach or be okay with. I made that choice when I invited you to the village, but many people at the Moot, which when we get to Thrin will not be as understanding, they'll see this as desecration, they'll see it as horror, and they won't react well to the skeleton. He suggests that when you arrive at Thrin, you make the skeleton wait outside the perimeter of the fort.
Yeah.
Or he suggests that you get rid of it altogether, but he says it's your choice. But he says, I assume this thing is is a thrall of yours. I just suggest that it doesn't enter Thrin. Or any city or village or any civilized place.
The skeleton for now will wait outside the door, and it will be staying with us until we get near the city.
He nods. He says a wise choice. He says the people aren't as understanding as I am. So yeah, he nods and he sort of bunkers down next to the fire over here, and you guys seem to have kind of like a little perimeter going around the fire. Dave the skeleton does what you tell him and waits outside. Oh,
Again, connection issues. Was there
Yeah,
connection
the same
issues?
message. Yeah, they got the red message at the top.
Yeah. Seems all right though. Won't worry about it.
I presume it's just stuff moving
we'll
on the
don't worry about it.
board and that.
Just all get kicked off.
Yeah.
It's Paris froze.
Paris,
Yes, he has.
Oh, you've all gone.
No, kind of.
Oh,
I can still hear you all.
I can still hear you.
I
But
can hear you.
can't see any of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just reloading.
Yeah, I'm gonna reload the page.
Hey,
Hey.
he's back.
Was it just me?
No,
No,
it's
we
all
all-
of us.
it all-
Yeah, I thought
I
it was
think
all of
roll
us.
20's having issues tonight, isn't it?
It seems to be. Definitely. So you guys huddle around the fire. I don't know what you want Dave the skeleton to do, Lee. Does it just wait outside?
Just wait outside the door, just in case anything comes through us. It can be on guard.
So
Anything
what are
tries
its
to come in.
specific instructions? Because these things are stupid. They do literally what you tell them to.
Its instructions are to attack anything that tries to come in.
Okay.
Oh no.
Anything.
Well,
Oh no.
Yeah.
That poor girl that I just sent off is gonna come back thinking, you know what, I don't have enough food, and this poor skeleton is gonna run her through.
it's going to protect us to an extent.
Not wake you or anything like that. It's literally going to fight anything that comes near.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's going to do.
Fair enough.
This girl's gonna be running off
Brutal.
chasing rabbits and shit.
Can't
That
wait
is
to
very
walk out.
true. That is
Oh.
very true. It's you wake out and it's pursued a rabbit 4 miles, or a rat because it's attempted to come through the door.
Automatically regretting the thought of this. It is not to move from that spot. If anything tries to go past it, it uses its opportunity to attack.
Excellent. So as it leaves, it busts up the door that was propped there, but Sved props it back up again and then comes back, and it just waits on the porch, and you kind of just see, the back of its skull as the door sort of flaps back and forwards. Wonderful. So that Liam's not back yet, is he?
Yeah, is he?
Yeah, it's here.
Oh, I don't see him. Weird. So that is it. You bunker down for the night and go to sleep.
Why have I
I
not
think
got Parish?
we'll end episode 9 there, if that's okay with everyone. So episode 9 part 2 is done.
Sounds good.
Yep, perfect. I don't know if you want a little chat at the end of that, but if you do, I suggest that Liam and Paris both reload in because neither of you can see each other.
I will reload.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess I'll do that as well.
Why can you not see them?
No, I can see them fine. I just, I won't do that just in case.
I've reloaded.
Yeah,
I
I
can
see,
see you. Leg is just his connection takes more of a minute. His internet's pretty bad, isn't it?
Yeah, it seems to be that. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I have upgraded his laptop for him, but
His Xbox chat isn't bad.
no, his Xbox is fine.
It's probably the laptop that he's got.
Might well be, but
Maybe. Can everyone see Liam? I
No,
can't.
it's coming back
Mind
in.
you, is his Xbox using
Okay.
Ethernet rather than Wi-Fi?
No, it's Wi-Fi as far as I'm aware.
Oh, is it?
But
I was
his
wondering maybe
Xbox
his Wi-Fi's not so good.
is his Xbox player has a better Wi-Fi card in it though. Like
Maybe,
how
yeah.
his laptop might not have a very good card in it at all.
No.
It might be a non-prioritized device as well when the Xbox might have been port forwarded.
Well, there is that, yeah. Awesome. Awesome.
So that is the end of that. That's the end of part 9.
Wonderful.
Oh, chapter 9, part 2, session 9, part 2, whatever it was. Very combat heavy.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, it certainly was. Lots of people seem to die in that one, but you know, it is what it is.
Definitely.
It was nice to get Leggy into the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see her join.
First
this
of many,
council.
hopefully.
Yes, certainly.
Every Sunday, 7:30.
Will do me best.
Nice. All right, anything else before we finish, or
I think that's it, isn't it?
No,
I mean-
that's it. Were you guys going to divide the wealth from the previous session?
what was
Well,
it?
We already, I think we did, didn't
Yeah,
we?
we did.
Oh, you've
yeah, we
already
did.
done that, all the gold and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. No worries.
Right,
Well,
let's end that there then.